Hello everyone and welcome to my post 2018 Quakecon vlog. If you missed it, I've recently been in Dallas, Texas for Quakecon courtesy of Bethesda, which is super freaking awesome. I'm so chuffed that I had the opportunity to do this. So if you're not familiar what Quakecon is, it's essentially a convention celebrating Quake. It did initially start out as a big LAN back in 1996 where people would get together and play Quake. It's kind of turned into this big convention supported by ZeniMax and Bethesda. And it's still LAN, it's still a massive LAN, so people take their computers and set them up in this massive convention room and play games together, mostly Quake, but play a lot of games together. And it's really impressive to see. There's this just whole room, they turn the lights off, so all the RGBs are like going wild, and everyone takes the opportunity to show off their awesome PC builds. And I got to check some of them out. There were some amazing builds. Favorite one was this PC that had like a fish tank in it. I don't even know how it's possible. He explained it to me, but they had different like water filter systems, and the heat like goes through the bottom, is dispersed to the top. It was super impressive. That was definitely my favorite. There was also another cool PC which had this like HUD like thing over it. I don't know what it was, but it was super cool. That was definitely one of my favorites. There was a PC build that was like made into a ship. It was super impressive. And also just some really nice clean builds that everyone had like put a lot of work into to make it very like clean and nice. And I know I'm such a PC nerd, so I had a really good time just walking through AEST area and checking out everyone's PC build, having a chat to a few people about their setups. So that was really cool to see, and that's a really big part of Quakecon, just going to the LAN, playing games with people, and it's really cool that Quake has formed this amazing community, and I just had no idea that this existed. And Quake's been around for a really long time. But we've kind of started to see it emerge again with Quake Champions, which just went free to play. They announced that while I was at Quakecon. So yeah, I've been playing a little bit since it's gone free to play, and it's a really fun game. It's challenging, but it's fun. I enjoy it. But yeah, so that's basically what Quakecon is. Where we were staying for Quakecon was this massive resort. Super cool. It was kind of its own little city. Like inside was its own atrium with its own like waterfalls and like kind of like gardens and ponds, and surrounding it was like all the hotel rooms. It also had like 3 restaurants, like a bar, like 2 Starbucks, had like its own water park and like dance club. I was there mostly to check out some of the new announcements that they were having there. So we knew that Bethesda and id Software were going to do a gameplay reveal of Doom Eternal at Quakecon, and I got to sit in the audience and watch the reveal of the Doom Eternal gameplay, and oh my god, I like lost my shit. It was amazing. Oh my god. Like I was expecting just like a snippet. They gave us like big chunks of gameplay, and it is looking dope. Like it is really like vibrant. The gameplay is looking like really intense and like hardcore and gory, and everything you love about Doom. It's gonna be there in Doom Eternal, so I'm really hyped for that. I got to also sit down with some of the devs and sort of a roundtable interview and get more info about the game. There was also kind of a panel interview as well, and they dropped a few kind of bits of info as well. So what we know so far about Doom Eternal is that the lore, there's going to be more lore in the game, which is going to be pretty cool. And we know that it's got this cool kind of like grappling gun, shotgun thing. The BFG returns, the old school plasma gun returns. Yeah, I think they dropped a hint as well that some of it's not going to be set on Earth, so that seems interesting. And they dropped these like concept art images that look amazing, and I want to know more. So yeah, I think there's a few theories going around that it's like heaven and hell kind of story going. So I'm really excited to see what happens in Doom Eternal, and I'm so chuffed I got the opportunity to chat to the devs, and learn more about the game because I'm so freaking excited. So from the Doom Eternal gameplay reveal, we also learned a new feature called Invasion, which seems to be very Dark Souls. I haven't played Dark Souls, but it seems to be a similar Dark Souls feature where your friends can hop into the game and kind of like evade you and kind of attack you as demons, which seems like a really cool feature. So I'm interested to see how that plays out. From one of the roundtable interviews, we got a cool bit of info, is that they are working on multiplayer and it's going to be in-house. So they were a bit like, we're working on it, it's not quite a thing yet, but yeah, it looks like they're working on it and they're keen to make it happen. So multiplayer should be interesting. Another reveal from the kind of Doom keynote, they showed us some Rage 2 gameplay, which was super cool, and I actually got the opportunity to play some Rage 2 at Quakecon. I can't talk about it, but I should have another video for you guys soon showing off some of the gameplay and we can chat about it a bit more, so look forward to that. And they also showed off the new DLC for Elder Scrolls Online, Murkmire, which I also got to see, but I can't tell you about that either. Outside of the keynote, we also got some opportunities to check out kind of the convention floor. They had some fun stuff set up. They had like a Pip-Boy, which was pretty cool. I made sure to get a photo and sort of just like some stuff set up for Fallout. They had some merch, which I got super excited about. I bought this shirt, I bought a Doom shirt, and I also bought a Doom guy, which I love. He is so lovely. So really excited to buy some cool merch. There was also, they had some Rage 2 gameplay for people to check out as well. They had like a setup for Elder Scrolls Online as well for Somerset. And also Elder Scrolls Blades as well. They also had some areas where you can play Prey Mooncrash setup as well. I didn't get a chance to play, but I have heard some good things, so I may try and check it out when I get an opportunity. But they also had some opportunities to check out some VR games as well. I did get the opportunity to check out Wolfenstein Cyberpilot, the VR game, where you basically play as the little mech thing, or not little, the giant kind of mech dog thing, I don't know if it has a name, and you kind of go through the streets and flamethrower everything and like ram cars. It was pretty fun. I didn't get a chance to play it too long, but it was a pretty fun experience and it was well done. The graphics were really nice. The controls a little weird, but I think once you got used to them, it's just kind of like spraying flamethrower, like it's pretty cool. So I got an opportunity to play that, which was rad. And of course I got the opportunity to watch some Quake Champions gameplay, which is epic. Like, pro players, they're so damn good. Like, I swear they're psychic. They can just like instantly predict where someone's going to be and like shoot them. It's very impressive to watch. I was like, my mind was blown. Got to also see some of the Elder Scrolls Legends gameplay as well. I'm not a card game player, so I don't really understand the game. But it's cool to see like esports and tournaments and competitions happening around this stuff, and also a platform and conventions where they can go and do these things. So that was really cool to see. We spent most of Saturday doing developer interviews, so I got to be in a round table with the devs from Doom, which was super cool. So they got to share a bit of info and kind of insight into the development process, and it's really cool. They're just so passionate about the game. So it was really good to sit down and chat to them about that stuff.
I could hear some of the people in the front row saying, "Be the BFG, be the BFG, be the BFG," and then when he pulls that out, it was like any moment that surprises you and you know, surprises you in a positive way, or like, you know, who knows, your debate between the BFG and the Crucible, but it was definitely like, BFG, be the, oh my god, you know, like they had that really like.
Also got to chat to Rage 2 and yeah, got to learn a bit more about that game, so I'm pretty excited about that game. So it was good to learn kind of like the vision behind it, like why they've kind of done this like color aesthetic, and what we can expect of the game as well. So that was a really cool opportunity.
Color was one of the key words from the beginning, making a colorful world. Like we took a lot of inspirations from earlier post-apocalyptic stuff, especially comic books and so on, you know, like Tank Girl, Judge Dredd and stuff like that. And they were colorful, and we kind of wanted to bring that feeling back into a post-apocalyptic world. So.
Also got to have chats with Joshua Boyle, who's the community manager for Quake Champions. So good to have a chat to him and learn a bit more about the development process and where Quake Champions is going in the future. Me personally, I played Quake Champions a while back, and it definitely has that kind of like steep learning curve for new players in the game. It's like everyone's been playing for years. So to be a new player, it was kind of like really daunting. It's like, how do I play? How do I play against people that aren't going to kick my ass? So yeah, it's good they've made lots of changes with the game, which I'm excited for. So there's now like a tutorial mode, there's now bots you can play against, and also how they've done the matchmaking is a little bit more balanced now.
Actually added a bot match, and in that bot match it's actually giving you UI and telling you what to do. Because again, we're in 2018 and a lot of people that are starting to play games like first-person games now never had an arena first-person shooter, so they didn't understand maybe you have to pick up weapons, you have to pick up, you know, armor. They're just like, where's my loadout? Why don't I have everything? I didn't like parachute into this map. I don't know what to do. You know what I mean?
He was also a total champ as well. I asked him to try some Vegemite, and he tried it, and I think he liked it. So that was a pretty cool thing. I tried to get more devs to try some Vegemite, but unfortunately, there wasn't much time in the interviews. Also got to watch the Fallout 76 panel, which was really cool. Todd Howard was there, and everyone loves Todd Howard, so there was lots of applause when he came on stage. So they showcased a bit of things about the game. So kind of how the perk system is going to work. It's kind of like a card system, which is pretty cool. Also how they're managing kind of like trolls, which is something I was really worried about, because as a Twitch streamer, you get stream snipers. So it's really great to see that they're managing it by essentially making that person like wanted. So if you kill someone and they don't fight back, then you become a wanted target on the map with like a red star, and people can sort of hunt you down and kill you and get a bounty. So essentially you're being punished if you're trying to kill people when they don't want to be killed. And yeah, so that was a cool takeout from that panel. But yeah, really looking forward to Fallout 76. I think the beta is coming soon. And yeah, November the game comes out, which is really soon. So I'm really looking forward to that. They also did announce kind of private servers. I think they said they kind of like don't know how it's going to work yet, but we're going to make it happen. So I'm really looking forward to be able to play some private Fallout 76 with my Twitch community. So that should be a really fun time. So I'm really looking forward to that game, and it was good to learn more about the game at Quakecon. There's some highlights from the trip. On our first day, we got to go to Medieval Times, which was really ridiculous and amazing, which I didn't really know existed, but I'm so glad it does. So I was there with Bethesda and a few other YouTubers and journalists as well, and Twitch streamers. So we had a good little crew together, and we went to Medieval Times, which is basically a big show they put on with knights and horses, and you sit down in this area and you kind of like assigned like a knight in your zone. We had the red and yellow knight, and have a little flag and like a crown and everything. And they do kind of put on this like horse show, kind of like ride around in their kind of like knight get-ups and horses, and they do kind of impressive kind of like horse things, decolletage, is that what it's called? Decolletage? Whatever. And yeah, that was very impressive. They gave us some food. They don't give you cutlery, and they just gave us like this half chunk of chicken, like potato, and like so much food. And yeah, with no cutlery, I was just trying to eat it. And yeah, there's a lot of food in America. Holy moly, I barely ate anything. Like, it's just food in America is like really heavy and like oily, so I barely ate anything. But there's a lot of food, This was my first trip to America, by the way, so it was all like a very cool and unique experience for me. So yeah, Medieval Times, there was some jousting, which is super dope. That was pretty cool, and then they kind of like fell off and then did like some fighting. It was all kind of very staged, but it was very cool. Was now night, and he'd go around to the audience and like kiss a rose and like throw it out to a lady in the audience, and I got one, which I was really excited about. But yeah, he ended up like winning the kind of tournaments for like the queen, but then he like ended up rebelling. He's like, bruh, I don't want a woman to be a queen or something, so he turned into a bad guy. So he was the heel character, so he died in the end. But hey, my Night Bay gave me a rose, so I was happy. Another highlight of the trip was Bethesda put on a party for us, which was at this nightclub, but it was kind of like attached but down the road, and it was on the lake, and it was really beautiful. We got to hang out there as the sun was going down on this beautiful lake, and a storm was rolling in as well, so we got to watch like all this lightning show as well. So that was like a cool little thing, and also drinking too much and dancing really badly with everyone. There was a dance floor and no one was danced, so we were the first one. The Aussies got up there and did some moves. I don't know if they were good moves, but there was some moves. But yeah, that was a good time. Another highlight of the trip was just really bizarre. Kind of a friend got us into Randy Pitchford's party, where it was just in this giant castle mansion thing, and he put on a magic show for us. That was such a bizarre and amazing night. I have lots of stories from that night, but it was lots of fun. So that was definitely a highlight as well. But yeah, that's essentially a recap from my Quakecon trip. I had such an amazing time. I wanted to go back. It was so much fun. Thank you so much, Bethesda, for the opportunity to go over my first America trip. My first time kind of going to a convention like this. It was so amazing. I was just like blown away the whole time. It was so amazing to be around these games, be around the developers, be able to chat to them, and just be immersed in kind of the Quake community, which is like, they're so passionate and hardcore, they love it. So it's really good to just be a part of that, and everyone's just so passionate, and they love the game, and they love talking about it, they love working on it, and they love sharing the love as well, and that was just really great to see. So I'm really excited for Doom Eternal, new Fallout as well, and the future for Quake Champions. I really hope that game takes off, because I think it has a lot of potential, and I would love to see it do really well. So thank you for watching this video, and thank you again, Bethesda, for the opportunity. I'm still like mind blown. And I'll have a video for you guys soon about Rage 2. So keep an eye out for that. If you subscribe to the channel, you can catch it when it goes up live, and turn on notifications and all that thing. Like the video. I don't know, I'm not a YouTuber. Like this video, subscribe, do the things. Bye!